Welcome to a brand new episode of the Real Life Podcast, a member of the Nation Network of Podcasts and delivered by DoorDash.
Welcome to Real Life, everyone.
What is going on right now?
I think that I'm in love with Matthew Kachuk.
Are you guys all drunk?
Oh, my headphones are way too loud. All right. Episode 413 of the Real Life Podcast. Hello, welcome in. I'm back after taking technically no episodes off. Interesting. I went on a vacation, then you guys didn't record on Monday?
Oh, because everybody was in a management thing. And then I showed up, and I was all sad.
Oh. Anyways, welcome in. Pod is always brought to you by the HGA Group, our business friends who we love very much. There's a special request to start this episode.
Well,
Wanye
but
has
it
a
isn't
take.
the start of the episode now. Like, the episode was supposed to go the opening music into you scolding me for saying something cheeky, and that would have been the start of the episode. But now you've opened it up so professionally, congratulating yourself on not taking any days off and whatnot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wanted to open with,
All right.
we'll never get spend it that we're looking for from the advertising department.
So the start of the episode did not go as we planned, or as Wanye planned. That's my bad. Jumped back into things too quickly, but that'll happen. No Jay. He's gone. Chalmers also isn't here, although I'm not sure if we put in the group chat.
I liked Chalmers one Monday when we didn't record, popping up like 15 minutes late in the group chat going, is there a pod today? Well, Chalmers, had there been a pod today, you would be 15 minutes late for it. But there wasn't a pod that day. We called it the Chalmers Show because no one showed.
That's a good name for it. Should have just released just the
Silence?
intro music and like 15 minutes of silence, an ad break, and then the extra.
See
Make
if
sure we get
anyone
the ad.
listened till the end.
It would be fascinating to see like the analytics on that of if we just release silence, how long, like the arc of like, oh wow, people are listening, oh, people are gone.
In an era where the attention span of the average human being is less than 8 seconds, we released a podcast of 2 hours of silence.
Well, today I got in my car and I was going to listen to AM radio, and the AM radio station I usually listen to was just nothing but like.
You're talking about
Assuming it's
1260?
1260?
Yep.
It's like, you listen to iNews 880? Like,
Yeah.
who are
Sometimes I listen to Ched to see what's going on
yeah,
in
Ched's fun.
world events and whatnot. But anyways, it's just nothing but like crunkling, like just nothing. And I was like, huh.
Did Gregor go bananas and take down the aerial?
So I was like, either my radio's broken or the station's off the air. And I wondered about it as I kept driving, listening to the crinkling. Probably went about 6-7 minutes, stopped at a red light. Don't tell anyone I did this, but I pulled up my phone, checked Twitter quickly at the red light to be like,
I can tell you get a ticket for that.
I know, I'm aware of that. I was very sneaky though. I was quick. Check Twitter. Okay. They haven't like sent out a tweet being like, we're off the air. I kept driving a little bit. I think I listened to it for about 8 minutes. And then I was like, well, probably time.
I've done my bit.
Probably time to listen to the new Moneybag Yo song.
Oh,
And
say
then,
something.
No. Fuck, what was
That's
it
the new one I'm listening to.
Oh. I also have the new hip hop aside, the Quavo song. I had it stuck in my head.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Nope. It is. I think it might be. It's
Hotel lobby.
Quavo, Takeoff, and Birdman. Big Stunner.
Oh, Big Stunner. I got that.
That's an older. I don't think it's like new, but I've had
Right there. That's right there.
Yeah.
Big
I
Stunner.
had that song stuck in my head the whole time I was building coffee tables out in the office today.
Big Stunner. You had it in your head.
Oh, my
respect.
God, I could not get it out of my head. It was driving me nuts. But it's out of my head now because I don't remember how it goes, which is great news. Anyways.
Your musical tastes are paradoxical and line up perfectly with my own.
Yeah.
Strange. Strange.
Once I was sitting with Frank Saravalli, who is a country music fan.
Of course he is.
And out of nowhere, he goes, I can't believe. Oh, Chalmers just asked, is there no pod? We're recording. It's
Only every Thursday at 1, Chalmers. Unless there's not.
He probably wants a Zoom link.
Yeah, probably.
Should probably give him a Zoom link. All right, we'll work on that. I was sitting with Frank Saravalli, and he just randomly goes, I can't believe you listen to rap music.
Oh, Frank. It's the number one genre in the world now.
I turn to him and I go, Frank, it's the number one.
boy, you're
I was like, it's the number one music genre in the world.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, lots of things are popular that shouldn't be.
Oh, boy. Like what? Frank Saravalli?
I was like,
Again, I'll
what?
bring up his worst take of all time is that grown men shouldn't have another man's name on the back of their jersey.
Yeah.
That's Frank's worst take of all time. So this is not surprising to me.
Don't let Chalmers in. Say we're not recording.
I just asked him if he wanted.
Oh, you know he's going to come in here and be like, ooh. That's
So
exactly
we're going to
how
talk a
he
lot of
sounds.
foosball.
Yeah.
Oh, football. Fuck.
Oh, that is big.
You know, you got to bet on is the LSU Tigers.
Yes, they did cover their last game, which is good.
Aha! What's your hat?
Jasper Golf Course.
They have a retro throwback. Like
Isn't
that?
this a sweet?
It
lid?
is a good hat.
It's a nice. I'm very big into the color cream.
Oh,
That's my like big movement right now.
Interesting.
I have 2 pairs of like cream colored shorts. I bought a Buffalo Bills hat that is cream.
interesting.
I think it's a really sharp look. I think the most underused color in sports is cream. How sick would it be if the Oilers' white jersey was cream?
What if it was bright purple? That's the second most underused color in sports.
A little too much.
Bright purple. When Bieber first came out, his swag coach said he should wear purple. And Bieber was purple.
And he rocked purple pretty
Damn
hard.
right he did for about a year and a half.
Yeah.
Them bangs. Singing Baby. Made more money in 1 year than Motown Records made in 30.
We've really watched a lot of different versions of Bieber in our lives.
Oh, yeah. This new version I feel bad for.
Yeah.
I worry about the new version.
I do too. I think it's very hard to be Justin Bieber. He's 27, man.
I don't know how, I mean, that guy can barely leave a house, like a building, without being mobbed.
Oh.
I don't know, like, that's going to fuck you up.
Once in a while, I'll see like the paparazzi TikToks being like, Justin. I'm like, God, that's when I feel bad for him.
The only person that I think has been able to handle that successfully for a long, long time is Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney. Well, but he's been living in like French estates for the last 30 years.
But like the bothering
Yeah,
him,
yeah.
all that stuff, he seems to roll off his
Yes,
back.
yes.
But like,
He also
few and
died in
far between.
1963, and this is a body double.
well, yeah, of course. Have you ever watched
know
that
that, your
documentary?
MJ?
Have you ever watched that documentary?
What? Of course
it's
I have.
fucking
Are you
madness.
kidding me? I bloody well
so good.
put it together. Do you know this story, your MJ?
I've seen it.
Do you believe it?
Well, that's a mockumentary.
Okay, but the actual underlying, there was an accident and he died. A British newspaper was printed and then retracted. That's all true.
I could be convinced.
I could see them thinking that the country was in such disarray that it couldn't handle Paul McCartney dying.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see which one. Which
Which one of Migos would need to die for them to fake that and keep them around?
This is the one I watched.
Offset? They had to have a new Offset put in. Your Ramchuk?
I don't think that would need to.
It's just like Avril Lavigne's dead.
Well,
She's been replaced with alternate Avril. That's what I've read.
See that video of her covering a Shania Twain song while Shania's in the crowd, like singing?
No way.
That should be a Canadian heritage moment, damn it.
did you see the photo of PK Subban and Nelly Furtado?
What? No.
I have it screenshotted on my phone.
Nelly Furtado, where is she? I haven't heard that name.
She
in a
came out
while.
because of Drake. Drake brought her out. She didn't want to perform ever again, ever. And Drake hit her with a bag.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, is that a show with like Wheezy and stuff? Was there?
Yeah, yeah.
I actually did see the video from that show, so makes sense. This podcast is off to an intriguing start.
Okay.
I'm trying to get a Zoom link to Trump
Okay.
while I do all this.
Well, I like that everybody in this podcast has like 5 things on the go right now, and the podcast isn't top 3 for either of you.
Yeah, I'm writing contracts right now behind the scenes.
You can.
I'm so behind.
You can.
I'm so fucking behind.
It's ironically a podcast contract to do this podcast.
I don't have one of those actually. Chalmers is the only one that has one.
Chalmers is the only one on the show who has a contract and
Yeah.
he never honors it.
That's right.
My contract technically says I have to do this podcast.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, mine doesn't.
Gets up and
What do you got to say about that?
straight up walks away. We had him for a bit.
Chalmers is out.
Is he? I'll jump on for as long as I can.
Oh my God. Say, you know what, Chalmers? We don't need you that badly.
Or how about you just respond to Chalmers with some of Adam Levine's texts?
Yeah.
Like, I may need to see that booty.
Oof.
Hell yeah that we got
This
to
is
point.
all fake. Do you understand that
Is it?
all these scandals were being presented are fake? Do you understand that the Chris Rock, Will Smith slapping is fake? Do you understand that anytime it is like too good to be true in Hollywood, it's because they do make-believe fake things for a living? Adam Levine is getting press for whatever show he's judging. What show is he judging? The Show? The Voice? America's Got Bowling? What is it?
It's
I think it's
like,
America's Got
yeah,
Bowling.
X, whatever he does. I don't
This is why these super vanilla texts to supermodels are being leaked. It's bullshit.
I love it. I think it's fun.
You're gonna clean.
He's
out
really
all the-
bad at them.
You're gonna clean out the beginning of the show, right?
Yes.
Okay.
He's really bad at them, and also his texts read like a Maroon 5 song.
It's not real.
You don't
It
think
is
it's real?
truly
No.
unreal
Yes, it
how
is.
fucking hot
No,
you
man,
are.
it's on the landing page of CNN.com. If it's on Chalmers, it looks like he's underground at a research lab. That's a scary environment, even though I know where you are.
I'm stuck in my bunker, boys.
You've made
How's
an
it
arc.
going?
You got animals 2x2 coming in there? What's going on?
Why are you back in that bunker? I thought you were done there.
Oh no, not done till the end of October. We're done out here.
Oh, boy.
Oh yeah.
Chalmers, all this
That's what-
Adam Levine nonsense that's in the media right now, that's fake just to promote The Voice, right?
Is it?
Well, it's gotta be, man. It was on the
I just think
landing
he's a
page
bad
of
texter.
CNN.com. How can that be?
I don't know. What? Okay, all I know is that he's got a pregnant wife right now, right?
So Chalmers, if you're going to fire off a steamy sext for Adam Levine, what would it be off the dome?
If I was going to send a sexy text to Adam Levine,
As Adam Levine.
well, it probably wouldn't be as bad as his. His were ridiculous.
They're not
Your
real.
body is absurd.
They're not real. To the hottest women in the world. And then he's like, meet me at the Gap later. Nobody meets at the Gap.
What was the other one? Like, truly, I can't take it. It's just so hot.
Your body is beautiful.
My
and-
favorite is I may need to see that booty.
Oh, yeah.
To be fair, if anyone's sex got leaked, not a pretty scene for that person,
Well,
right?
Bag Milk sex are mostly in Klingon.
Well,
Which
yeah,
The
I-
girls he tries to woo, he has to say, here's the dictionary. You can translate it here.
I submit those in wingdings. It's up to you to figure them out.
Klingon foreplay.
There's a lot of clicks and bleeps when I go through. Why am I disappearing also?
I don't know.
Your guys' green screen is about as reliable as me.
Okay,
It's like you move inch and there I go.
so our camera quality maybe wasn't the best for a bit. That's on me. I don't know how to work cameras. Kennedy came in because there was talk. He was like, oh, maybe we need a better camera. And Kennedy was like, no, you nimrods. You have the camera set to like manual and all the settings are junk. Like, she fixed them. So we look great, but now it's acting up with the green screen. So Bag Milk and I keep disappearing. It's a shit show right now.
Are you
on this
guys
part.
ghosts?
I could be a ghost. Look at me. I'm only a half ahead. Oh, there I am.
You guys, I blame it on it being summertime, no hockey, everything's messed up.
Oh, yeah, it's off season, buddy.
You know training camps are open, right, Chalmers?
Training camps are open. Yeah, I saw like line combinations today. It kind of got me excited.
How can it not? We got a game on Sunday, Chalmers. Preseason.
Which one's that?
Against Winnipeg.
When is the rookie game already played against like the Bears?
We went undefeated at the rookie tournament in Penticton.
Yeah, they brought back the Penticton rookie tournament.
3-0, baby. So there's no more Bears game.
Oh, they're not
Oh
going to
yeah,
play
I
against
saw them
Nate or
all. I
whatever?
saw them all out on the lake on their on the Sea-Doos and the bikes and
shirtless in the
stuff.
sun. I wish that was a sport. Just them riding around shirtless on bikes. I'd watch that. I'd stream that shit. $4.99 a game.
What would you text to them? What would you text to them to let them know how you feel?
Nope.
Damn, I feel like Adam Levine, and you feel like one of Adam Levine's victims.
I feel like Adam Levine, and I need to see that booty.
So, okay, question about the Adam Levine thing. Did he actually like follow through with it, meet this girl, and like actually have an affair, or is this just her just like putting out the DMs that he sent her?
3 supermodels who you've never heard of ever came forward saying, he sent me stuff too, and they're all these preposterous screenshots.
Sounds like somebody's got an addiction to supermodels.
Yeah. Which is his new album, Addiction to Supermodels, that he's reviewing on The Voice, season 40.
Push the button,
I
turns
just
around.
think that they understand now, like the PR wizards behind Hollywood understand that drama and beef drives kids.
Ginger beef?
So, are you buying more Gap and Adidas clothing right now? Then
How about Kanye quitting and the next day Gap laid off 500 people at their corporate office?
Jesus.
And their stock is down like 14% or some crazy number. Like he's correctly calling the end of the Gap.
what a mess.
There's a guy though, ends it with Adidas, ends it with Gap. Does he own Balenciaga? Like, why does he rep them so hard? He must be getting paid. All the Kardashians
Pass.
have Balenciaga.
I will see if I can find something.
I think Kanye at the end of the day has like a huge company still in him where he merges all of his stuff together into a company he owns and suddenly he manufactures shoes.
When I Google Kanye Balenciaga, it just says Yeezy Gap engineered by Balenciaga. That's the first.
But he raps about them in songs. The Kardashians are in Balenciaga head to toe.
I can't find anything. He's probably got a stake there.
He has a
Imagine.
beard now, Chalmers. Did you see him on the news talking about canceling the deal with the Gap? And he's got a weird beard.
Really?
No, I haven't seen him I just see all of his Instagram and all of his Twitter feed, which is just painful.
Oh,
What I want to see Kanye do now that he's quit the Gap and Adidas,
bangers.
spin some. Well, that yes, obviously, spin something off to Nike. Really fuck them over.
When is the last time somebody has released a banger, for Christ's sake? I can't think of like a summer jam that we had, or like even a bunch like
Chalmers,
just
I'm gonna
good
tell
songs.
you. I'm going to tell you. It's called FNF Let's Go by Hit Kid and Glorilla, and I'm not even kidding. If you download this, that has been my song of the summer. FNF Let's Go, the remix. Yeah.
That audio quality is about as good as that camera.
That's all you need to hear. Your Ramchuk to know that it's a banger. It's a banger. It is a banger.
I'm kind of like maybe Funke in Arrested Development. I've actually tricked myself into a high up role with a record label company, and I make a lot of.
It's got like 3 different choruses, and one of them is at the red light, twerking on the headlights. And in the video, they're all at the red light and they're twerking on the headlights of their car. And I was like, you know what? This speaks to
Sounds
me.
dangerous.
This is my summer jam.
All right.
I downloaded a lot of music this summer, but like, I don't know that anything that I would call a big jam.
We need a
Except
Will Smith movie so he can drop another #1. Hey?
My jam, though, I don't know if anybody would else would appreciate. Maybe you would, Tyler. New Money by Calvin Harris and 21 Savage.
No,
I was
That
just gonna say
song
that is my
I don't
lone
like it.
candidate for summer bangers.
That's the
New
only
Money.
song I got.
You told me that album was good and I downloaded it and it didn't vibe with me.
He said it was good. I thought it was good.
Ever since Calvin Harris fake dated Taylor Swift, I was just like, I don't know about all of this. Let's Go was a good track with Neo.
Let's go.
That was a good track.
That was a good track.
We just need more like, man, remember we're like, God,
Society's
when
depressed,
songs-
Chalmers. Like Hot in Here.
Yeah.
And
getting jiggy with it.
Yes.
Song.
Yes.
Those things took over the world. No diggity.
That was the highlight of humanity, though. We were at peak humanity.
Everything's worse now.
Now the song's like, I wear a mask and I dance on OnlyFans. Who wants to fight the grocery store bouncer? That's the new summer anthem.
It would be pretty amazing if Nelly came back out of nowhere and he's the one that unleashed a summer jam of all summer
Nelly
jams.
needs to get that damn Band-Aid back.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Then we'll get some bangers.
Nothing's been the same since that Band-Aid
Nothing.
came off.
It fell off in a fight.
What was that for? That was one of his boys was in jail or something like that? I don't remember what that was
It's
for.
like Quality Records spending $12 million on market research and determining that was going to be a good look.
Oh man, that's how you know that they're Saint Lunatics, bro.
That's right.
Got Band-Aids on their face.
Remember when Fred Brathwaite was in the video?
Donnie Brooks, who?
Fred Brathwaite? He's in a St. Lunatics video. I'm trying to remember what song. He's wearing his St. Louis Blues jersey. He said Brathwaite. Wow.
I hope he got to meet City Spud.
Owen Wilson. Wow.
So how the hell you guys been?
Good, man. No
You're
one's
Ramchuk,
actually
I just
mad
saw
that
you
you're
were in
not
Toronto.
here. No one's actually
Loving
mad that you
life?
don't come on here, Chalmers, because you not being here is still our most popular member of the podcast. You know? Like when Michael
JR.
Jackson left the Jackson 5 and they toured with that guy Arnold, but he stood where Michael stood and all the rest were the Jacksons, they still sold tickets, right? And that's kind of like when you don't come to the show.
I know that my promises are empty, but when this house is done and I'm not out in the middle of Evansburg anymore, I am going to be in studio. You're going to have to kick me out of there because
There's
I think it's so
studios
much
now,
better when
Chalmers.
I'm in there. I feel so much better. I feel so much more comfortable.
You know we're gonna have a new studio by the time you get back in.
Yes, where?
In what would be 1 year's old office.
Yeah, your MCheck comes to me and goes, hey, we're putting a studio in your office. I'm like, really? I've worked my whole life to move into this building and build my own office. And he's like, great, you suck. And I was like, oh, well, you can't argue with being right. And so now I don't have an office in my own building.
Also,
It has a glass door. What are we doing about that?
Nothing.
I heard glass is good for acoustics.
Yeah.
So instead of sitting on chairs in front of a table like this, we're gonna have a couch and some side chairs. It's gonna be like a
We got a
super relaxed
black
feel.
leather couch.
I'm gonna have to get on the
one
old
you're thinking of.
elliptical. I don't think my body lends itself to a couch.
It's a black pleather couch.
you've seen it before.
It easily
I know.
hoses
what?
down.
You know the green.
It's not
couches?
it's not like the same old black leather couch from like Blue Chicago, is it?
Oh, sort
Similar.
of. Those couches kind of went pro.
Similar vibes.
Yeah. We had 3 pleather couches at Blue Chicago that I think I bought the 3 of them for under $500. And I was like, welcome to Earl's.
They were so gross.
Shut up. Not in the beginning.
No, not in the beginning. They were great.
I
But
thought we
about
were
3 weeks
upscale.
in,
I thought we were an upscale lounge because of those 3 couches, Chalmers. I used the Crosley discount to get them.
attaboy.
Wholesale pricing, boy.
Actually, just to confirm, Nelly did wear the Band-Aid. In fact, to honor City Spud.
Who was in jail at the time.
He was in jail for armed robbery. He wanted him anytime he saw him on TV. He wanted City Spud to know he was thinking of him.
He was there, Tony Yayo.
There you go. City Spud. Shout out to him.
Chalmers, to answer your question, I was in Toronto. It was a great time. And then I went to Buffalo for the Bills home opener.
Yes, you did. How
And
was it? Was it so great watching your Super Bowl winning team this year run roughshod on those Tennessee Titans, or what?
Few things. So to start off, went to the tailgating at the Bills game. Getting to that stadium is absolute mayhem.
Disgusting. It's so far away, and there's just fields everywhere, hey?
Fields everywhere. You're in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
The day before, look up distance from my hotel to the stadium. It tells me 25-minute drive. Like, perfect. It's going to be easy. No. We were in the car for almost 2 hours trying to get to our parking lot.
So you were planning on going early, though, so it didn't eat into all your tailgating?
I was planning to be at the tailgating for 4 hours. I only ended up being there for 2.
Wow.
Because it was just a shit. Like, you're just in standstill traffic. And there's like lots everywhere of like, oh, you can like go to this random store that sells bicycles. Their parking lot's now tailgating and people are getting shit-faced. And like, oh, look, there's someone's house. It's now tailgating. There's cars parked everywhere. People just sell their front lawns for parking and tailgating.
Like they used to at Eskimo games.
Exactly. So finally get to the tailgating, start walking around, saw ketchup and mustard guy, who is just this old dude who gets fired up and gets they put ketchup in Colt guns and spray him. At one point, people were having drinks out of like bowling balls on the top of a van.
The decline of America is swift.
Yeah. So they're having like these bowling balls that have drinks on them, and they slam it and then throw the bowling ball on the ground in front of the van.
Does it smash?
There's a
No, it
lot
just
of people
hits
on
the ground.
vans.
All right.
A lot of people on vans. Everyone's just drinking. Like someone's crossing the street where the police are like directing traffic in this random place where the stadium is, and people are just walking with like 12 packs of beer, like drinking. Like no one cares. Lawless society. I loved it.
You put Amber through a table or what?
No, did not. Sadly.
Sadly. That's the Coast Guard coming to arrest you.
So get into the stadium. It's just like a college atmosphere in there. Like we didn't sit down pretty much the whole game. The stadium just stands. It's wild.
How was the wind during your game?
Fine. There's
in
no
the
wind
stadium?
at all.
So Buffalo is known for its stadium having like
Well, it's
a
the Windy City.
tunnel.
Really? Yeah, I didn't notice it at all. So anyways, the Bills beat the ever-loving Wheels off the Titans. And the only shitty part was halfway through the third quarter, they pulled all the Bills starters. So
Well, yeah, you don't want to get them hurt in the second game when you're up 33-7 or something like
But
that.
damn it, I came all the way from Edmonton for this game. I want to see more. I only got to see 2.5 quarters of Josh Allen.
Question.
It was great, but
Did you meet up with that dude that you were supposed to meet up with when you went to Buffalo?
no, the dude who I met in Vegas who lives in Buffalo who told me he had a suite just never responded to any of my texts. I texted him multiple times. So fuck that guy.
You got catfish, bro.
I did. Todd Potter, if you ever run for city council again, I'm running a slanderous campaign against you.
You ran for city council here in Edmonton?
No, in Buffalo.
Oh,
or not city council.
You met a Buffalo city councilling candidate?
in Vegas. I told him I was a Bills fan. He said, if you're in Buffalo, come stay in my suite.
You son of a...
And then he never texted me back.
He's probably listening.
Probably.
Do you know how many times people probably say stuff like that in Vegas?
Yeah. And
We're
he did-
totally going to do that, man.
I would imagine he saw like my text and was like, fuck.
Chalmers, having been on many vacations with you, and you are the king of getting a vacation best friend and ditching all your real friends. And then you see us at the airport and you're saying like goodbye to your vacation friend. And then you get in the plane. You're like, so how was your guys' 10-day trip? We're like, Chalmers, now you want to be our friend again, hey?
No, I don't
truth.
believe you
That's
guys.
the truth.
That's blasphemy.
That's the truth. Chalmers is the king of the vacation friend.
I like making friends on vacation, meeting new people.
You have to just spite your real friends.
No,
I'm kidding.
I know.
Ish.
Ish. I haven't been on a vacation in so damn long.
Well, you've been in that Quonset hut for close to 4 years.
I know. I can't get out of it.
Damn.
I
man.
can't get out of here.
It really looks like you're in like an apocalyptic scenario.
Yeah, you're in a bunker of some kind.
Oh yeah, it could be definitely underground.
Is that whole building like deflatable at the end and just decommissioned?
No, it's like really just a metal building with like that's insulation tacked to the wall with like tarps on it.
How many kilometers under the Earth's surface are you?
17. It's deep, man.
He's doing the new NORAD.
So I told Wanya this story, and I'll leave parts of it out. But anyways, after the game, things wrap up. We call an Uber. It's a shit show trying to find him. We find him. This Uber ride took north of an hour, 15 minutes. It was long and not a lot of distance. You're just sitting in traffic. So naturally, you have to create conversation with your Uber driver. And the first, however, 20, 30 minutes is normal. We're talking about football and the Bills and all this, blah, 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 life in Buffalo. And then it takes a turn. Like a real... He hits me with like a few interesting comments, and the one was like, that's the issue when women became empowered. And I was like, boy. I was like, you did not just say that like with my girlfriend sitting next to me.
What did Amber say?
Well, she was drunk, and what are you gonna do? Fight with the guy who's driving you? You can't just be like, hey man, that's fucked up. So I was just I just sat in silence. This dude proceeds to rant for the next hour about like every sort of terrible thought you could imagine. Mm-hmm. At one point, he hits me with that. Anyways, that's what led to my divorce. And I was like,
shocking news! You're divorced.
Shocking news.
Stunning.
I can't imagine a human woman would want to spend time with that guy.
Huge line of other human women out the front door of your house waiting to take you up in romance must have finally got to you.
Think of like every out of line view a person could have right now, and this dude had it. And Amber was just sitting there quietly, and I could tell she was getting like real ticked off at this dude.
She was just waiting for you to step up and be a goddamn man, Tyler.
Throw him into traffic, Tyler. Take over his Corolla.
We are not going to sit here and listen to this anymore.
It is like midnight. I'm in a place where I don't know where I am. Driving down roads, I'm not going to be like, hey, dude, you need to shut your mouth. And what, get kicked out of this guy's Uber?
Would you give him a 5-star?
I gave him no stars. I gave him 0.
Wow, on a $900 fare.
And do you not have isn't there the option where you can say you want a quiet ride?
It's a little too late for that when you're...
Imagine you update your settings mid-rant. He's like bang on his phone, requested a quiet ride.
Yeah. You cancel your trip and he's like, what just happened? And then you re-get your trip and it just says, please be quiet.
Yeah, he was...
You just reroute. It's immediately where you are. You're just like, I just want to get out of here.
I could not get out of that Uber quick enough.
One time, Jay and I were in Vietnam, and we were leaving for an early morning flight in like a tertiary Vietnamese city. And the guy driving us to the airport was falling asleep while driving. To the point we had to roll our windows down in the back, and we were clapping and yelling. Like, I thought he was honestly sedated. He was so tired, this poor bastard. And he was like veering into other lanes and stuff because he was asleep. And Jay and I were like, holy shit, could be the end. And we had to clap and yell to keep our guy awake. And it wasn't like we clapped and yelled and he was like, oh yeah, I'm terribly sorry. He was just like basically asleep with one eye open the entire way to the airport.
That's scary.
We wouldn't have had this podcast, your Ramchuk. You wouldn't have that office to convert into a studio. Because I would have died in Vietnam.
Because of a sleepy Uber driver, sleepy cab driver.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Huh.
Okay, I didn't have a girl in the car like you Ramchuk.
Yeah, brag. I always humble
I wasn't
bragging.
on the way to watch my football team play. I was in rural Vietnam.
I had a story from we were traveling in that area. We were going from one coast to another. Mm-hmm. We were just in one of those, those vans.
6-passenger vans.
Yeah, 6-passenger van. You just, it's a 4 or 5 hour ride. It is what it is. So one of my buddies that I was traveling with at the time, he decides to sit shotgun with the driver because he's just one of those dudes that likes to talk to drivers. Driver crushing rats the whole time, like lunging darts, I should say. Just ripping darts the entire time. He's got the window open. We're just like, fuck, whatever. It is what it is, man. My buddy that's sitting in the front of in the front seat, he's like, hey man, can I have a cigarette? He's like, yeah, of course. Gives him a cigarette, takes one, turns around and goes, I'm pretty sure this guy's smoking opium cigarettes this entire time.
Oh my God.
No.
Because he was just off his face from one. And we had a 4-hour ride with this guy.
And he chain smoked opium.
I'd say, well, allegedly, in my friend's opinion, I wasn't taking rips off those things, but yeah, for 4 hours.
Wow.
We got there. Record time, I would also suggest.
Then we got out. It turns out we hadn't even left the parking lot.
Yeah, we were still there the whole time.
We're all smoking opium
It
cigarettes.
turns out we hadn't even left our hotel, and we all paid him 400 baht.
Which is
that
like
a lot?
$20.
No.
Those 6-passenger vans are a great way to get around, though, because rather than being on a huge
It is the way
ass
to get
bus,
around. Yeah.
book a little ticket on one of those babies, and they're air conditioned to halfway to hell, which is really all you want to
Oh,
sleep.
it's a
in
meat
cool-
locker in there.
You just want to cool off and sleep.
Because there's also some times where you're in one of those vans and you're going like windy jungle roads, and you're like, okay, but when you're on a bus on those same roads, it just feels way sketchier.
Yeah.
All right.
So how I probably have like another
Your
10
brain just
minutes
like
because
Bills. Your Ramchuk.
Bills. I just want to talk about the football picks, man. I don't know. Are
I
we
nailed
doing
it, didn't
good?
I?
Because I know I am not doing good.
I'm pretty sure I'm perfect so far.
Fire these bad boys up.
I manifested you a win, is what I did, Tyler.
Yahoo, did you ever? I lost. Chalmers lost. Did Jay lose? I'll check. But Bag Milk is the only one who's gotten a pick right, I think.
I've gotten 2
He's
picks.
the best. He's the best
Oh, yeah.
picker of us. He was last year too.
Yeah, it's remarkable to say the least.
It is remarkable.
Although, you know what's not remarkable, boys, and I feel like you can appreciate this. I've got a shame reload going into my betting account this week.
Ooh. Yeah, Jay got his wrong too.
Me too. It has been so crazy in the NFL. Like I cannot pick games right now. It's just the underdogs are winning most of the time, and
Your Cardinals are just in shambles.
Well, they just had a great comeback win. One of the most exciting games of the weekend last weekend.
Yeah,
What
but
are you talking about?
they did. You're telling me you're confident in their abilities right now?
Oh, hell no. I even looked
Yeah.
at my brother-in-law and my sister and my wife, and I was like, I don't even care if they win. Just be exciting.
Fair enough.
Because that's all I care about for this year. Not to mention I got tickets that need to get sold.
Oh yeah, because you do all that. All right.
Yeah, and if they start sucking, nobody's gonna want the damn things.
Okay, let's do our picks this week. Jay already texted in his pick. Jay's gone. I don't know where he is. He picked the Bengals -6 against the Jets, which I don't trust the Bengals anymore. I'm done with them.
I don't know. I'm done. I don't know what's happened to them. Super Bowl hangover or whatever. They look awful.
I'm pulling a Bag Milk. I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs -5.5 points. I think that line is too short against the Indianapolis Colts, who I don't actually believe in all that much. So I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs. Bag Milk. Chomp.
I'm going to take, I'll take the Bills to beat the Dolphins.
I love that.
You're just gonna take the Bills all year.
So I've got 2 Bills so far and 1 KC, so I'm very on branch.
Buffalo -5.5. Chalmers, what are you taking?
I'm going to take the Ravens. I think that they score a lot of points. I don't think New England can keep up with them. -3. It might be 2.5 where you guys are looking, but it's in and around there. But I will take the Ravens.
All right. You are taking Baltimore -2.5 is what I have, Matt. So there you go. Picks are in. KC for me, Baltimore for Chalmers, Cincy for Jay, and Bag Milk looking to go a perfect 3-0 is taking the Buffalo Bills for a second straight week, and I respect the hell out of it.
You're welcome.
Quickly got to give some love to our friends at DoorDash and Oodle Noodle. Ding dong. Shout out to DoorDash. Promo code RealLifePodDD gets you 25% off and no delivery fees on your first order. Also, Oodle Noodle. We have a great collection of Oodle Noodle boxes in our office, and they are fantastic, including the one you designed.
I've designed many Oodle Noodle boxes over the course of the 30 years Oodle Noodle's been operating.
How long has it actually been operating?
Since 2006.
Oh.
That's not
The
30
run
years,
so
you're
far-
in, Chuck.
No. Feels like it. Like, how long does it feel since the 06 Cup run?
A moment
06?
ago. But a moment ago.
Hey, Wanye, when did the one on 111th Ave and like 156th Street become a thing? Because I just noticed it the other day.
Oh, that's the 170th Street location that moved there because the OG franchisee bought the strip mall land and built it.
Very nice.
So he made the money from the Oodle Noodle, bought the strip club, and now in the corner of the strip club is the new Oodle Noodle, 156th Street.
strip
111th.
club or strip?
Well, I said
mall?
strip club to be funny, but it's a strip mall.
Okay. I'm like,
Right across
is
from
that
the
actual
OG brew
burgers
house,
there?
that whole neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm going to share with you guys a story that Zach Lang pointed out on Twitter.
Is it about your Uber driver to Buffalo? Because we already heard it.
No.
Oh.
Someone pretended to be Jim Matheson to the Switzerland
Fuck,
Times.
it's so good.
What?
Oh my God.
So the Switzerland.
It's outstanding.
So I'm assuming the way this went is the Switzerland Times was looking for Jim Matheson on Twitter and followed the fake Jim Matheson.
One of many.
Oh my God.
One of many.
What's the Switzerland Times? Is that a fake newspaper though?
That is
No, it's like a legit newspaper.
legit newspaper, dude.
Okay.
It's the New York Times,
Yeah,
just a
of
fly-by-night operation.
Yeah.
The Albuquerque Observer.
You got to read what they posted in their paper, though, Tyler. It's so fucking funny.
So here is, just let me give this to you in full context. The full quote. Switzerland Times asks fake Jim Matheson about Mikko Koskinen's time in Edmonton. Jim Matheson, fake Jim Matheson. What remains of Mikko's time in Edmonton is an absolute lack of bite. He had everything to be a successful goalie here. I think former assistant goalie coach Bo Fadis summed it up when he told me that Mikko could have been an annual contender for the Vezina Trophy for best NHL goalie if he had the same drive as his 40-year-old competitor Mike Smith would have had. I got to know Mikko as a wonderful person, and I wish him all the best in Switzerland. He will always be remembered for his enthusiasm for Taco Bell's cheesy gordita crunch.
Oh my
Made
God.
it into their newspaper.
Someone in Switzerland would have opened up their newspaper and been like, well, I wonder what Logano's up to with this new Koskinen fella. Oh.
Wow.
Bofa D's.
Both of these, and he loves a cheesy gordita
What's
crunch.
Both of these? I get that.
Both of these nuts.
Both of these. Hey, you want both of these, Kanye?
Oh,
That's better than getting a hold of real Jim Matheson.
the title of the article is From $1 Million Scapegoat to Beacon of Hope.
Both of these.
Both of these nuts.
Both of these nuts.
So on one hand, funny. On the other hand, I feel like you can actually get in some decent legal trouble for pretending to be Jim Matheson.
That's the noise I'd make.
I mean, I guess, but
Oh, man.
It depends. It depends
It's a
if
prank.
they were
It's a
like,
good-natured prank.
"Hey, Jim Matheson, give us a quote," and he just wrote it back and never actually said, "Yes, I am Edmonton Journal or whatever he is."
Parody, baby.
Son, Jim Matheson. If they assume it's him and he doesn't deny or approve that it is, I don't think he's in too much trouble.
I think that Jim Matheson account has been deleted since this point now.
Jim Matheson, NHL,
And I think,
is that it?
I think any judge that hears this will say, on account of the joke Bofadis, you are not guilty.
Well, that's where I think you're actually making a case it's clearly parody.
Yeah.
When to say both of these and you say a gordita
Yeah,
crunch,
He's an
like-
enthusiast
the
of
best
Taco
part
Bell's
is
cheesy
he just
gordita
go-
crunch.
I really feel like the Swiss are too highbrow for these nuts jokes. So I don't think anybody there would actually get it. It's just when people here see it.
I hope Mikko can still get that cheesy gordita crunch, though. I don't know if they have
Koskinen
them in
is so
Switzerland. But
fucking rich he can fly gordita crunches in on helicopters every 45 minutes for the rest of his life.
when Zach sent me that story this morning, I was literally in tears at my house. I was laughing so hard.
Oh, that is good. That is good. I didn't hear that, but
If
you know,
that guy
there
gets
is another.
sued or shut down, like have a fucking laugh. Have a Coke and a
it's-
smile.
I can't wait to see what Matheson says about this. Has he said anything?
He
Are we
hasn't said
looking?
anything. I looked earlier.
I think he quote tweeted it and said this is a fake account.
Oh, I'll look. I'll look.
But now
I
the
see. I
account's
probably
gone.
followed a different account before.
What is his real Twitter account?
Jim Matheson NHL?
That's his real account.
Yes.
Oh, I always thought that was the parody.
NHL by Maddie is the parody.
I always thought that was the real one. How many followers does NHL by Maddie have?
It's gone now.
84. Oh, that one I don't.
Oh, the real one is
The real one has 8,400.
There's a lot of good stuff that's surrounding the Oilers right now. Like, I don't know if you, Wanya, you probably don't watch this, but I'm going to send you a bunch of clips of Russell Wilson through the offseason.
Married to Ciara. I'm familiar.
Yeah, but he might be one of the cheesiest, corniest people, athletes out there. And the Oilers right now are making fun of him with he was having this photo shoot in his full Bronco uniform where he just says Broncos, Bronco country, let's ride.
Is that what he
And
clapped
does it
his
all
hands?
these different ways, and it's so bad. Yeah, and then I saw that the Oilers were parodying it. It was very humorous and very clever.
Look at what you're missing out on while you're talking, Chalmers. We have gummy candies.
Yeah, we have candies.
Yeah, we're sharing gummy candies because I know people love when we eat into the mic.
Yeah, when Jay ordered a 3-course
Those got the weed in them.
Yeah. What do you think?
We're just blasting off at 1:45.
No.
I don't know. I feel like I got the weed in me staring at this. Your Ramchuk disappears every 4 seconds.
And watch it.
I don't know what kind of weed you've been smoking, or you've been smoking opium cigarettes in your Mchuck's cab.
All the stories are blended. Okay. The Jays had a great weekend while I was there, and it was a very refreshing.
I was
look.
actually happy that you got to see that. Because
So
when we were there, it was not that.
I had a great betting weekend. I won enough money that paid for all of my tickets.
Oh, nice.
So that was great.
I went really heavy one game this weekend. It was the one game Bo Bichette didn't hit anything.
Oh.
And I went really heavy on that one, and thus the shame refill this week.
Yeah. Those are always tough.
Bovadis. I'm just a blogger trying to afford a cheesy gordita crunch.
Bofadis.
Goalie coach Bofadis.
Can you imagine being the guy running that, being like, "Oh, there's no way they fall for this, right? Like, surely they'll figure out it's
He's
not
reading
me."
through the copy, and he's like, "Well, it's a weird answer, but okay, the guy's in the Hall of Fame after
The
all."
guy in Switzerland's like, who cares? That's just it, eh?
Or like, can you imagine being Miko and be like, "Oh, the feature about me is finally up," and you're reading this, like, what the fuck? He's
like,
Oilers fans.
He's so rich, and now he lives in the tax haven of Switzerland.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
He's so rich, he stopped being Finnish and became a Swiss citizen.
Yeah.
Career earnings of, according to puckpedia.com, $16 million for Miko.
And
doing
he's probably
fine.
getting a pretty penny in Lugano.
I think he's doing fine. He can afford all the cheesy gordita crunches he wants.
That is such a random thing to put on there.
So good.
Kind
the
of like this
right
random
level
question. Wanye, do you like Imagine Dragons?
Didn't one of them just do something bad?
They were just on the Stern Show, I think, weren't they?
That's not the answer to my question. The question is, do you like them?
I
do you
don't
like Imagine
think
Dragons?
I do, because I think something just happened with them, or you're trying to trick me. Your
No,
Ramchuk's
just
laughing.
Imagine dragging these nuts across your chin.
The best.
Send that quote to Switzerland.
Yeah.
Imagine Dragon.
Oh, that would have been great if they mixed that.
Excuse me, Mr. Interviewer. Are you a fan of Imagine Dragons by any chance?
The best. Go Lugano.
Always.
We should do a weekly HC Lugano update and just keep track with Miko throughout the year.
We should, actually. Every time he gets a shutout, we should tag him in content.
Are they playing yet? Do we have
Come
any
home.
idea?
Let me check.
Enjoy allowing the first shot in. You know what's pissing me off on social media right now are these teams that are having the players hold up like their first day of school.
You don't like
signs.
that?
It's just so schmaltzy.
I thought it was
I
fun.
want to be a good dad. No, Patrick Kane. That's not your goals in life. I know what they are. It's to be a little rat.
I liked the one a couple of years ago when they had all the players trying to draw the logo for the team
That
they
was
played for.
That's funny.
Those were fun.
I feel like in a lot of cities, they play ball more trying to entertain the fans than they do here with the local club.
Quickly, HC Lugano. Miko Koskinen's there. So are former Oilers Marcus Granlund. Shout out Dry Toast.
Yeah, dry toast.
And Marcabello.
Oh,
Sparkabello.
So they got
they're still in the preseason, it looks like.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting here too.
Is Miko
Where?
seeing a
Where?
lot
So
of puck?
they're in Switzerland?
Yep.
Oh my God, they might as well be in Kenya.
Why?
Does Kenya fit these nuts in your mouth?
Chalmers. I don't even care that you joined a cult and you live in a Quonset hut. You're the best.
Got you good.
Kenya. Oh, you're Mchuck. You're like 0-12.
I walked
Walked right into that one.
Yeah. It's on me.
Oh, well, back to the hellhole we call work, ain't it, boys?
Okay, see you, Chalmers.
Good luck to you, buddy. Thanks for coming on. No one's actually
Yeah, I
rattled
love
with
you.
It's just
Love
a
you,
joke.
boys.
Just jokes.
I'll be back. I swear to God, I'm not even going to say it. Doesn't hold any water.
Buddy,
I'll
we
talk to you guys
recognize
soon.
you have real work to do. You are doing real shit. We don't think you're lazy.
I cannot wait.
Do you have any reviews,
Like a
by the way,
month from
Tom?
now.
All right,
It's
buddy.
Thursday.
You can dip if you want. No big deal.
Bye, Chalmers.
Latris on the MJ.
Latris on the MJ.
Imagine Dragons. I like that he had a second one in the tank.
Oh,
did.
he was
Kenya?
just,
If he didn't have to go, he's probably got 4 more.
he's got him all day. He could have done another hour.
And he's a liar, by the way. The amount of times we've gone on vacations and he has ditched the whole squad for a brand new human being he just met. I can think of half a dozen times.
We do have new reviews.
Okay, we do. We're gonna
This
get.
one is like, what the fuck?
We're gonna get to them in just.
You know, my favorite thing about doing a podcast with you guys is when I'm talking on the podcast and neither of you are listening.
I disappear all the time when I'm on vacation.
Not with new people.
Oh yeah, I'll disappear.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
I go on adventures.
2/4 of this podcast are not good people.
Yep.
I don't like talking to new people on trips. I say, sorry, I'm not here to experience new things and meet new people. I'm traveling to talk to the people I'm traveling with about home.
All right, we're gonna get to the reviews in just a second here. Bagged Milk, we do have new reviews. I'm gonna pull them up right now. Because there was no episode on Monday, and then we didn't do reviews last Thursday. So it's actually been a minute since we got new reviews on the pod. I also had one that was emailed to me that I'm going to bring in as well, because I know they've been itching for me to read it. Quickly going here, Nation Real Life. All right, giddy up. First one, 5 stars from Hitman Brett 2. Bagged, I'm God Milk. Love the stories and how selfish Bagged Milk is. Keep up the great work, guys.
I am selfish.
Oh, I don't get it.
I am selfish.
In what context?
Selfish with the babes. He's always like, all the bags are
Fair.
for bags, babes.
I don't know. I would like to know why I'm selfish. I'm
I
going to
couldn't
give that
even
guy
get
my
the
vote.
words out in a fake scenario where you're selfish. I tripped over my own lines.
I'm going to give this guy my vote, though, so he has to email Tyler why I'm selfish.
Yeah.
Are people actually converting into winners off these things, or do they leave? Yeah? Oh, okay.
This one comes in from Brandon, who left 5 stars. Chalmers is back on the milk carton. 1 star for Bagged Milk's kisses. 1 star for Tyler's romper. 1 star for Jay's $3 car wash, if it's real. 1 star for Wanye's hip hop album. 1 star for Liam's banana. Also, I have no idea what my username is, but I hope it's really awkward so Tyler gets uncomfortable reading this. It's not. It's just your normal name, man. What do we got? B. Martineau. Nom nom no. While enjoying the most recent real life with the other 11 listeners, the almighty Jay started to eat what I assume was a salad, and I have to say it was somehow worse than the Montana's live rib fest. So congrats for being big time with your fancy ads and good audio in the studio, because we heard every chew and lip smack. Anyway,
that's
good.
gross.
Anyway, good pod. 5 stars.
Your Ramchuk, can you, as the guy who's actually in charge of this, and you know you are, put your fucking foot down and say no more eating full meals on this podcast?
I have no authority on this show.
You do. You're the only one who's been to Vegas for the All-Star game.
Good
Consequently, you're in charge.
This one comes in from KBAP. 5 stars. Love the show. Quick question. Who is the host of the new Tyler Yaremchuk show? It's actually the Oilers Nation Every Day with Tyler Yaremchuk show, and I'm the host. Most days. Every day. Stats go. I love Bagged Milk. Bagged Milk is the best because he responded to my ginger beef picture from the Youngstars game. Great pod. 5 stars.
Ginger beef's seen some traction out there. I hope he isn't
Ginger
offended
beef-
by it.
Yeah, I hope so, too.
One person told me off in the DMs of Oilers Nation and said, this ginger beef stuff is bullshit. He's probably heard this kind of stuff his whole life. You guys are jerks.
Really?
Like, you know what? He's about to be a multimillionaire. Shut the fuck up.
Yep, that's a good point, too. I don't think he seems like kind of guy.
I
This
think
is
it's
with
great.
love.
Yeah, it's with all kinds of
Beef.
love.
The beef indicates he's a thick boy.
Eat thick.
And that
Goosies.
wallet's going to be thick if it isn't already. He probably made 8 hundo signing bonus.
Fucking right.
What do you think he gets for being a first-round draft pick signing bonus?
I don't think 8 hundo.
No?
I think it's
No, 'cause he's
lower
a
than that.
lower
He's
round.
lower round.
Yeah,
What do you think he got?
lower first round pick.
Maybe like 70, 80?
70 or 80 G?
Let me
Yeah,
see if I
probably.
can find it.
Yeah, you might be able to find it.
You might be open to that endorsement.
I'm going to give this next review, whose username is just 5 emojis. The kind of like cringing face,
Yeah, yeah.
hospital, sheep, pig, koala.
Oh, boy. That's a dog whistle signal for a very fringe group.
For what, an animal hospital?
Yep.
5 stars, Puljärvi is a saint. Hey guys, longtime listener of Both Nation podcasts and soon to be daily listener of Taylor Yamchuk's new podcast. It's also a live show, by the way. Just wanted to write in and say I love the content you guys put out, and I can also beat the dead horse of do not trade Jesse. I recently attended the Spruce Grove Saints home opener against Liam's Short Park Crusaders, and none other than the Bison King came to drop the ceremonial puck and sign autographs during the intermissions. Somebody like that, willing to take the time out of their day to give back to fans without asking for anything in return, are the kind of people I want on the oil. Thanks, boys. Keep it up. I like
Good
that one.
review. He wins.
Excellent review.
Excellent
I've
review.
got answers for you. If our boy Reed Schaefer makes the NHL, base salary $855, he can get $95,000 in bonuses. Or sorry, that's signing bonuses. right? For a total of $950. If he plays in the minors, however, $82,500.
So how much money did he get to be drafted by the Oilers?
Nothing yet.
Nothing quite yet, but if he hits his bonus or he gets his signing bonuses and he plays in the show, he'll make $2.8 million.
That's what I'm talking
Not
about.
bad.
Pretty good.
Last review we got comes in from Greg, 5 stars. The Nation Pods have replaced most of my TV watching and provide the best combination of Oilers commentary and BS I can find. Almost enough to make me feel better about the lack of nudes here in Cambridge. Jay, where are my nudes? Also, it soothes my nerves, which are constantly frazzled with the low proportion of Arby's in driving distance. Chom out on that shit. Respect.
He's hitting all our taglines.
He is.
Why didn't you want to read this one?
I'll get to that. Speaking of, where's that Chalmers guy? Have we made the milk carton yet? How will I know the right humidity for my shitty laminate in my apartment? PSJ, dad is the answer. Tyler, don't worry about your Airbnb. You can stay here. We'll make BM jealous.
I feel like these are like yearbook quotes.
They kind of
People
are.
are writing in the back like, see you this summer. Can't wait to party in the Paul Kane Park.
And then like 8 inside jokes.
I think the most important part is that if they give us the 5 stars, you can really say whatever you want.
Leave a recipe for bread.
Yeah.
Why not?
I'd like to make some bread.
Some 5-star bread.
This one is 5 stars with the title, Yup.
Oh, boy.
It's from Rookie, who said, OMG, I totally meant when I had a vasectomy, not when I was circumcised.
What the fuck? are we
Totally,
talking?
I don't know.
I kind of think he should win.
Two
other
totally-
cogent argument is falling by the wayside.
2 totally different procedures, and to be honest, my memory of my circumcision is a little fuzzy, but I'm pretty sure the dude took off too much. Hashtag a little off the top from the Rookie. I'm sorry, but I still think we got to give it to the Puljujärvi.
There was a guy I saw on Instagram the other day. I don't remember how I found his account. He said something funny, and I went to look at his account to rip him. And the only photo he had was him at his Subway. He's like a kid.
Yeah.
And he's holding up a footlong in frund of the Subway. It is captioned, this is his only post. I ordered a footlong, but it only gave me 2 inches. I was like, you know what? That's funny. That other one about the vasectomy, that's funny too.
I like it.
I'm voting for Puljujärvi as a saint.
I want the wiener one.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to join
Okay, fine.
I'm going to join Wanya and the wiener one.
That's why our podcast is the 8th best podcast in this building, because we pick the funny ones.
The Rookie, you can email me, tyler@oilersnation.com. We'll get everything sorted out for your prize. Shout out to you.
Oh, that's very funny. Apologies for your loss, sir.
Shout out to our friends at Alfa Romeo, who are our luxury car partner. Speaking of Alfa Romeo, they're partnered with Zach Hyman. How beautiful did Zach Hyman look in that new blue jersey?
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
He's so happy, but he forechecks so hard.
His engine don't quit, just like an Alfa Romeo.
Nope.
Good pull.
See what I did there?
Great line.
Thank you.
Clip it, send it to Alfa Romeo. Look, we're doing our part.
Mm-hmm.
We all got vasectomies.
Yep. Mine's not reversible. Check out the plumbing, Tyler.
Yeah, I went in there and I said, you know what? I don't want the normal vasectomy everybody else gets. I want you to take it all out.
Yep.
All of it.
Mm-hmm. Just meat, no potatoes.
You guys want to know something funny? I drew a wiener with arms and legs on salesman Jared's whiteboard in his office.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you he won't notice it for weeks.
Probably not.
I like this game.
I used to, when I worked at a real job, everybody had whiteboards for their scientific scribblings, and I would go and draw a wiener man. He has a little cape. He's got hands on his hips. It's a very good drawing.
One of my favorite pranks, somebody actually did it to me when I used to work at my old corporate gig, was when I was away, like for a weekend or a day off or whatever, they rearranged every letter on my keyboard.
Oh, how do they fix that?
You can just like, on a desktop one, you can just pop them out. And they were just like putting them back in the wrong spot. And while I'm a very quick typer, generally speaking, you look down and everything was confusing and your brain doesn't work anymore. I thought it was a great prank.
That's a good prank.
Great prank.
Remember when I pretended to be Jim Matheson for that? Oh, no, it wasn't me.
No,
I wish I had the presence of mind to do it.
Oh.
That guy's been pretending to be Jim Matheson for so long, the long con.
I want to
And then
know.
finally, it pays off hugely with a joke.
I'd love to know the arc of that story. Like when the fine folks from Switzerland reached out and he was like, oh my God, I've got you. And
They
then
said
he
I've been wasting
submitted.
my life for the last 4 years pretending to be Jim Matheson on Twitter, an obscure Northern Canadian writer. But now who's obscure?
So he submits his answer and then all he has to do is sit and wait.
It's like when they threw that depth charge into the Death Star, remember? And they just wait, and then
Exactly like that.
Logano. I hope that guy has the presence, or gal has the presence of mind to get a physical copy of that newspaper and frame it.
Oh, absolutely. That's outstanding.
Yeah, you got to find a way to get
You
that.
got to get that.
You
baby.
got to figure out how to email the Switzerland Times and say, "Oh, I need something on the other page." But it's
This is a very important like family thing. I need a copy, a physical copy. I'll pay all costs for it. Switzerland Times will send one over.
Switzerland Times just doesn't sound real.
It doesn't, but
It doesn't
what else
at all.
would the
Imagine
newspaper
Jim
be called?
Matheson, the real one, started at the Switzerland Times and made a whole fake newspaper and then slow played himself to fifth level incept himself.
I'm literally reading about how that happened to Facebook all the time in 2016, 17.
What?
People would start like a website for a newspaper that didn't exist, and they would make it look
The real weather's on the front page.
kind
That's what
of
trick
sort of
people.
like it, but then they would just pack it with ads, and they would write complete nonsense stories.
Yep.
And back before Facebook changed their news algorithm, if it was getting interactions, they would pump it up because they were like, this is quality content. People are interacting with it.
And that's why me and Bag Milk's website, the Meow Post, got smoked out by Zuck.
Oh.
Because right when he said you can't share fake news, we shared a photo of a cat looking at a cell phone, sadly, and we were told it was the old owner who had passed away on the phone. Turns out it wasn't, and all these Karens were complaining to Zuckerberg personally, and he killed our 1.1 million person group called I Love Cats.
Fact.
And then no one went to our website anymore because we didn't have our Facebook group.
It's weird because that happened, and now I'm reading about the decision making at Facebook, like corporate, of that led to that decision.
Don't you understand that cats are the last to suffer always? Zuckerberg, leave some crumbs for the rest of us, you piece of shit.
It's all deemed spam now, Tyler. Facebook thinks you don't provide value. You're labeled as spam, and they will take you out of their algorithm.
Can we wrap this up with a little bit of Oilers talk?
Sure.
Ryan Mcleod deal thoughts?
Not
Man,
enough
what
Instagram posts.
Yep, we could have done more Instagram posts. I wish we could have got it longer.
Yeah.
I get the situation, the cap situation. You can't do it. Incredibly team-friendly deal.
Yeah, it's fine.
He took a pay cut from his last contract.
It did. So I think probably what happened, you're reading between the lines of like what Holland was saying, is they maybe wanted to do like a 3-4 year deal here and lock him up semi-long term, but they didn't have the money for it, and they had this contract just set off to the side. And Holland was probably doing like a, hey, if I clear up money, we'll talk 3 or 4 year deal. If I don't clear up money by the start of training camp, just sign this, get to skating. Let's have a good year. We'll deal with it next summer.
How do you know these sorts of things?
Well,
That's probably very likely.
Yeah, that's just kind of reading all the reports in between the lines of Holland's press conference the other day. Is like, he even said, I think, like, I wanted to go longer. We talked about going longer, but it just wasn't going to work because we had no money.
This is why you have the authority to tell Jay not to eat sandwiches and stuff on the air, because you read between the lines on stuff. You know, you're actually paying attention to what's going on.
Tell you what, if he tries to eat lunch while he comes on Oilers Nation every day, that is definitely not going to
He's
fly.
coming on every day.
No, the show's every day. Jay's on every once in a while.
What the hell?
I'm also on every now and then.
What?
Bag Milk's bro down. We have a graphic made and everything.
It's animated in the whole thing.
What's your face going to look like?
It's just the little character guy with the sunglasses.
Over your head?
We need to come up with
No,
some.
yeah. What do you want to do with that?
We need to come up with some. Oh, we'll figure that out. That's not a big deal.
Because I asked Kennedy, because I do a lot of like Zoom stuff where they appreciate the shtick, but it's just like a still image.
Yeah, like on the locker room.
Yeah, exactly like
I
that.
watch that all the time on YouTube.
So Kennedy, bottom of her list, by the way, because she's very busy.
Right.
She's going to start making them little animated things, so I can put that in the Zoom call, and it looks like my little guy is talking. That'll be fun.
That's good.
Are you going to invite me on your show, your Ramchuk? What the flying fuck?
Do you have an animated sticker?
I could get one.
Do you know that I could not find your muscly guy? I was trying to show it to Kennedy last week. I could not find it anywhere.
Really?
Is this the penis he was talking about?
No, different thing.
Once upon a time, we used to have a forum on the website where if you wanted stickers, which we should absolutely do again, by the way. If you wanted stickers, you just put your name and address, and once a month or once a quarter or whatever it was, we would go through the whole list and mail out thousands of stickers. And Wanye would legitimately sign every single letter with this muscly flexy dude.
And I'd be like, oh, I have to sit down tonight and watch 2 Godfather movies in a row because I have to sign 800 of these things.
Jesus.
I offered to make him a stamp one time, and he said no.
We put the e-cig in after a while.
Yeah.
But we need like some good bits for our weekly hit together on my show, Big Milk. I'm trying to think of what to do. It's like for Frank's segment on the show.
Are you calling up fucking it up with Frank?
I might do it the first time just to see what his reaction is, but I don't think it's going to go that well, and I'm not sure if I want to be dropping F-bombs with Frank Siravalli.
Frank's going on too?
Once a week.
Oh, you wouldn't invite me.
Insider
unless I
info.
Fucking found out on the air on a different podcast. In my office too. And you wouldn't even invite me.
On Frank's segment.
What about prancing with Francis?
Oh, fuck, that might be good. Or running bit, just rename it every week.
You should do that because I think that would annoy him.
That would actually be really funny.
Yeah.
Let's get to our weekly segment, Prancing with Francis.
Spanking Frank.
The Frank Spank with Tyler Ramchuk.
Frank, you're so stupid. Here, Tyler, lip off the top of the food chain.
But I'll just never acknowledge either, for the people listening to this, you're in on the joke now. It'll be like a real-lifey throw-in to the new live show. Yeah. DM me suggestions every week. That's what we'll do, naming the Frank segment.
Call your show Everybody But Wanya Can Come on this show. Brought to you by DoorDash Ding Dong. Bastard.
I'm going to do Get to Know Philadelphia, though. So every time Frank comes on, I'm going to have a fun Philly fact to throw
You
at
should
people.
throw Philly trivia at Frank and show that he doesn't know shit about his hometown.
I thought about that, but then I was like, if he gets them wrong like 4 weeks in a row, he might just get mad about it.
Have you seen this photo?
Is that
It's
Nuge?
Ryan Nugent-Hopkins in the blue and oranges. Our
great.
boy ages like titanium.
Yeah. It's because he's so rich.
Unbelievable.
He probably has a blood boy. You know Blood Boy? You know what that is?
Of course.
Super
Well, you explained
young.
it to me yesterday. I have to rewatch Silicon Valley.
You know what a Blood Boy is, Ramchuk? No. It's when you pay somebody who's like 20 years younger than you to give you their blood every 14 days.
You're going to be my blood
They don't
boy. You
get
just
to
don't know
drink.
yet.
They don't get to work out. They have to work out every day. They have to be like in tip-top shape, and then you cycle their blood into your veins.
I'm going
This
to
is
need you
a
to
real
stop.
thing in
I'm
San
gonna-
Francisco.
Yeah, I'm going to need you to stop drinking because you're going to be my eventual blood boy.
Yeah. Let's make Liam our blood boy.
How happy are you that it's blue and orange jerseys again?
Bananas. Great. They look great.
Because Reed Wilkins yesterday tweeted that the players were adamant that they did not want the oranges back.
I want to tell you a story about when the Oilers put out a new jersey.
Mhm.
There used to be an Oilers store at the mall next to the rink. Remember?
No, actually. That's a long time ago.
This is a long time ago.
Okay, go
And
ahead.
the Oilers released the copper and blue, which
Right.
was very exciting.
Mhm.
And so I go down there in grade 10 or 11, 12. Anyways, not drinking, certainly not like in no way hammered. I was funny because I was funny. And I did this shtick on the news where I was like putting on the new jersey and acting like a fucking clown. And when they went back to the people on the news, all the anchor people were laughing. And I remember being like, I told jokes about the Oilers and people laughed. That was very fulfilling. So 70 years later, the Oilers are putting out that McFarland jersey again with orange on it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either, but I'm going to buy it because I'll buy every Oilers jersey that comes out, including those horrific orange ones they put out a couple years ago.
I am with you 100%. I will buy it.
I didn't like those orange ones, if I'm being honest.
I didn't like the oranges either.
I didn't like any of the orange themed any of it.
I didn't either.
I liked the orange ones in 2017.
I didn't really like those either, and I own one.
Yeah.
Copper and blue, they need to bring back, man. Copper is the wickedest metal.
I think royal blue is the way to go.
Yeah, but
These,
copper and blue too.
the what they're wearing this year, when I think of the Oilers, that's what I see in my head.
When the Oilers did the renovations to Skyreach Center and rolled out like the pink tile in the concourse and the copper insets on the walls and shit, and they rolled out like new graphic design for their tickets and stuff, we were a pretty classy organization. They did Mike Comrie Magic Night for the season opener one year.
Where he did magic?
All these magicians were there and they came down from the scoreboard and shit. And then the Oilers put on a magic show of their own and got blown out 6-2.
To who?
I don't remember.
That just,
Calgary.
since you mentioned Skyreach Center, it just reminds me of that video that was on our YouTube channel. Go subscribe, by the way, of Waz thinking Skyreach Center was Skydome. He's like, didn't they play at Skydome?
Should have never gone up.
Waz posted so many times when Ryan Mcleod scored, and then I deleted them. And he's
When he
like,
got signed.
signs, right? And he's like, why did you take those down? Am I in trouble? I'm like, why would you post knowing that there's already a Ryan McLeod post on Instagram? 2 more posts. Ramchuk,
Hey,
you're in charge. What the fuck is going on around here?
We're all over it. That's what we are,
all
though.
over it. We posted thrice Ryan McLeod sign. That means nature's healing and the season's upon us.
It is, and we will be talking a lot of hockey over the next month on this podcast.
But how they get cap compliant is going to be interesting. Although,
Just to put what's his nuts on the LTIR, I read.
yeah, Puckpedia actually had some interesting. Watch this, Tyler. We're gonna do a little cap dancing here, if you will. Patent pending on that, by the way.
Can we have more gummies?
Yep.
Yeah, could I also have another gummy?
Yeah, they're good.
You're just hoarding those over
They're
there.
very healthy for you.
Okay, well, you guys chew.
So
on
here's what I
that.
got. I'll read this, let you digest, and then I will eat these gummies. This is from Puckpedia, by the way. With Ryan Mcleod at 798,000, the Oilers' projected roster includes 21 healthy players, 12 forwards, 7 D, 2 goalies, with Holloway plus one of Malone or McKegg on the roster. Samorukov, Shore plus one of Ryan or Janmark could be waived / sent down. Clefbaum Smith on the LTIR. They would have $165 of cap space if they made
That's all
those
you
moves.
need, baby.
Not 165,000.
No,
$165.
That's all good.
So that's not great for a lot of reasons.
Don't cut Greg Egg McKegg.
You need
would be very upset.
you need to waive one of Ryan or Janmark. That's probably going to be okay. Whichever one's worse, you waive
Which would
them.
you prefer? Because I talked about this on Better Late Than Never this morning.
Yeah.
I would think it's probably, would they not waive Ryan over Janmark because Janmark's got more upside?
Is Ryan not a better centerman though?
I don't know.
I think so. We'll
Boys,
see.
I don't want to alarm you, but these gummies say on the front that they're made in the Czech Republic.
Really? I
Check
bought
that
them in
out.
Toronto at the airport.
These are Toronto gummies, and you're
You bought them at
sharing?
the airport?
Yeah, I
These
bought
are
them at the airport.
$55 gummies.
I bought them at the airport and then I fell asleep the whole flight and didn't eat them.
I forgot to tell you what happened to me at the Toronto
Look on the
airport.
front.
Tyler always gets
yeah.
Mentos when he flies.
Czech gummies. You're a
I-
baller.
I always
He always gets Mentos when he flies. So when we were in Toronto flying home, I was just like, that sounds like a great idea. I'm going to buy some Mentos. So I did, and I told you. But then before we got on the flight home from Toronto, I'm just like, I'm going to go empty the tank, dehydrate. What happened? My Mentos that were in my pouch pocket of my hoodie fell in a piss puddle underneath the urinals.
No.
Shit.
Still in the wrapper?
Still brand new.
You can't trust a rapper to that degree.
No.
So I look at it, I'm staring at it under the urinal,
Yep.
knowing full well I'm not going to retrieve. But the heartbreak was there.
That's sad.
Name
Fresh
it.
pack.
Have you ever done and retrieved food and then ate it and then regretted it?
The only time I could feel like I did that was one time I ate a donair in the shower. And there was I was hammered. And there was meat falling in the drain. And I'm so drunk I don't notice this is happening. The next day I go to shower and I look and there's just a drain full of sauce and meat. That the shame that I felt in that moment. That's the only time I can remember regretting something like that.
One time when I was a kid, I took a Fig Newton and took half off the side and then put it on the rug at my house and then punched it into the rug and then ate it. And there were so many carpet fibers in the Fig Newton that were so crunchy that I never have eaten a Fig Newton since because all I could think about is that carpet Fig Newton I ate when I was 7.
I love that you punched into the carpet first.
Ow, bitch!
Why would you do that?
I don't know, man.
I've been known to extend the 5-second rule several times over.
After taking the side of the cake off, so that it was so sticky that when I punched it into the carpet loom,
You exposed the ooey gooey, rich and chewy insides.
it was so laden with carpet fibers and other schmutz.
Yeah, our bodies are all. You know what? You were just ahead of the times. We're all full of microplastics. You just got a head start on the whole thing.
Kid who lived up the road from me once slid a grilled cheese sandwich into a VCR when his parents weren't looking. And days later, they went to put a tape in the player and found the cheese sandwich melted through. And I remember thinking shit, I'll never do that.
Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't do that. In those days, VCRs were nothing to laugh at.
No,
either. They were
man.
expensive as balls. Mm-hmm. Now you can't swing a cat without hitting a $60 VCR. There you are, gang.
Yeah, we're wrapping this up.
You know what? Sometimes you just gotta
Punch a Fig Newton into
gotta
the carpet.
punch a Fig Newton in the carpet.
That's all I need to get through this day.
Thanks
Carpet Newton.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Shout out to the HGA group. Carpet Fig Newton. All right, back on Monday.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Real Life Podcast. Don't want to miss any of our nonsense? Hit the subscribe button and give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram.